Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, beautiful rays of light. Nikki S. Solace here with a message. We hear and we say, right, of living in our truth. Well, what does that mean? It may mean different things or it might be defined differently with all of us, and that's okay because we get to define our own lives, right? But when it comes to living in our truth, I want to talk to you about deeper or the full understanding or the full knowing of what that means. So, how the divine creator has created you, made you, though you are still in a process of becoming, right? You're evolving like a beautiful flower. As you are becoming, the divine creator, God, wants us to be more or be in what God has created you to be. What does that mean? Again, going back to the saying, living in your truth, that means living in honesty. Yes, honesty or being honest with people, but more so honest with yourself. This is what I mean by this. That, I believe, I know that it is therapeutic. It's great for us to have conversations with ourselves. We may have been taught that talking to yourself is crazy. I mean, talking to yourself like having an honest conversation, looking in a mirror, having a sit down conversation with yourself and say, hey, what am I supposed to be doing in my life? Or, we might even practice affirmations and different things because what we say outwardly, we are getting it out of our head and it relieves pressure, right? It helps to make sense when we say things outwardly outside of ourselves as well as writing it down, right? We get more clarity. And when we are living in our truth, when we live in our truth, we're being honest. So, example, Jane Doe is not being honest with herself because that's way more important, right, than our honesty with others. Not saying it's not important, but if we are more honest with ourselves, and when we are honest with ourselves, we have easier, it's easier to be honest with others, right? We do it with ease because that's what we are. And that's what I mean by being honest. So if Jane Doe is having an issue, I don't know, with her hip, right? Jane Doe is running and she does not want to recognize that there is a pain in her right hip. And let me just stop this. Sorry, this alarm. If Jane does not recognize and be honest that there is the pain, and pain is an indicator of something needs to shift or change, right? Then the problem may go on. And that's just one example. It could be many examples. Us being honest about how we deal with ourselves, how we feel, because that's very important, right? How we feel about ourselves, how we feel about other people and situations, and expressing what is good for us and what's not good for us, because that's not a bad thing. Jane Doe was having a conversation with her friend, and her friend asks her, oh, okay, well, Jane, what do you think? Inside, Jane is feeling and she is saying, oh, I really don't like this, but I can't tell her. And she decides to lie. So when in that lie, not living in her truth, that is an expression of the opposite expression of self-love. Because when we are loving ourselves in such a way, we are being honest with ourselves so we can be better and be better for others. And I get it, sometimes we don't want to offend or hurt people's feelings, and we should never look to offend or hurt another person purposely. But being honest in how she's feeling, that releases her. And especially if she has an issue or a problem with her friend, you supposed to go and talk to that friend or that person so you can relinquish how you are feeling inside, because the more we hold that in, the more we are feeling that pressure definitely in our head. And sometimes that's where headaches come from, because what we keep putting in our head, and we keep compressing, pushing it down, then it goes into our body and it causes all kinds of chaos, which results in disorders and diseases and so forth, right? And then it manifests in other ways in our life, right? So again, when we are not being honest with ourselves, first and foremost, we will have more of a problem being honest with others. And that, I mean, even if you were to do a lie detector test, right? And the person administrating the test asks these series of questions to you or whoever, and they can see on the machine if a lie is being indicated, that's exactly what is going on in your body. It's basically a fight going on within the spirit, the mind, the body, emotions. But when you are, and you can even tell a person's blood pressure, the heart rate, everything changes. But when you are being in truth, how relaxed you are and how your blood pressure and your different vital signs are lower. So just imagine more and more consistently not living in your truth. And these are examples. I'm talking about like really living in your truth, being honest of how you feel about things. And again, it's not intentionally to hurt no one. It is a help to you and actually a help to others. The more we are truly living in our truth, just like even with me, I tell you a little quick background story. My hair is natural, right? Yes, right now I have braids or twists in here, but for a long time, I didn't like how my hair was. I was not being honest with myself that I do not like my hair being relaxers, of what I used to put in there. I would love to have my hair natural. And when I relinquished that thought, that feeling, that idea of what I thought I was supposed to be, instead of allowing myself to be what the divine has created me to be, which is beautiful with natural hair. My natural hair is beautiful. I felt more at ease. I felt less pressure, and I feel better with walking and being of what the divine creator has made me to be. And that's just me, right? Maybe different for you, and that's okay. But the more we relinquish those opposites of living in truth, those situations, they put pressure on us. And it creates disorders in our bodies, in our lives. But the more relaxed you are with being in your truth, the more you ease through your life. You could notice in how you move, how you talk, just how you are with people. And it more so creates us to the divine creator when we are being honest. Because when we are being able to be honest, God is able to use us, live through us. And when we are having that consistent alignment, continuous just relationship with God, because we have it, and building a better relationship with ourselves, because we are living in our truth, you will watch your life change. I guarantee you that. So again, honesty of self, truly living in your truth, is relinquishing the thoughts and the ideas of others' perceptions, or even a perception that you have brought up, or the narrative, or what you thought your life was supposed to be. But being honest, again, without looking to hurt or being offensive to yourself or to others, it relinquishes you. It opens you up. You feel better. You live better. That's it, y'all. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.